Well, welcome back to my channel, Elemental Origins. My name is Starr. Sorry, I'm laughing at everyone because I'm smoking myself out with this sage. I'm going to enter into the space with a sage smudge today. I'm actually filming this reading on the day of the flower moon, everyone. Yeah, I wasn't sure I was going to be doing a reading, actually, for this moon. Energies were feeling, I guess, intense, really profound, and very okay for me. So I think today's reading is going to be expressing, perhaps looking at which direction you should take through this moon's energy. It's a really potent moon to be sowing your seeds. This flower moon is all about grounding into whom you are. And you know, this question was posed to me: why do I do what I do? And I took a minute to truly think about that, and it was surprising to me where I ended up as my answer, because I truly had to look at all aspects of myself, and this has definitely been something that I've been moving through for the past month. It's like I've been going back from right at the beginning of my entire life and combing through all chapters again, not in linear time at all, but having to face it all at a new layer of understanding and a new, deeper state of consciousness is what I want to share. So I think don't be alarmed if you've been, weighed heavy of things of the past and you think, why am I thinking about that? You know, that was a really long time ago. Why is it here? So that you can face it again, to see it from a different angle perhaps, or integrate it at a deeper level, so that you can move forward in this next chapter. I believe that this flower moon is here to set you free. And, you know, the answer to my question of why do I do what I do, it was freedom. I think for a large portion of my life, I just knew that this wasn't it for this life. I was, I think, incredibly bored, somewhere that got me into a lot of trouble for many years. And I thought, I do this because I knew that these spaces always existed somewhere, and it put a lot of apathy on my life. So I do what I do, and I want that to reach those that perhaps feel confused, perhaps feel stuck in their life, so that they can witness themselves in these spaces of magic, of ether, of divinity somewhere, so that they can set themselves free. So I do what I do for my own soul's freedom, and that really grounded something in for me. So, take a look at what you do and ask yourself, why do you do it? And this might be something that you've done for a really long time. This might be a passion project. This might be, a way of living. Why do you do what you do? And that just felt like an opening statement to make. I did want to draw attention to this absolutely gorgeous labradorite. I literally can't. Look at this. I can't. It's just too much. And thank you to the gorgeous soul that gifted me this as well. I wanted to highlight this stone because labradorite is all about magic and accessing that which we cannot see. And it's very much connected to inner child healing, and inner child expression. And I think these realms of ether are very much the inner child, which is why it feels, quite out of the realms of where we are right now to be stepping into and delving in deeper into ether. I think very much a lot of our societal constraints hold back the inner child. And, I can go to some darker and way deeper understandings of that, which I won't. But, that's a reminder for those that are in that space of consciousness. Our inner child is repressed for a reason. So remember that and allow yourself to have that freedom to express yourself in whatever way you deem, right for you, good of all, harm to none. I also wanted to highlight that the dragon realm is leading somewhere. So whomever that resonates with, take that message as well. But we do have 3 piles today. I'm going to start with some oracle, go into some tarot, and end on some oracle as well, everyone. But take a minute to pick your pile, and I will go ahead with pile number 1. Hello Pile 1, this is your reading. Let's see what Spirit Guides, Teams and Guardians, wish to say to you with regards to this flower moon. We've got 30 and snow moon with purity. We've got Seraphim Gateway, voice activations, angelic attunement, divine support. I love this card. And finally, we've got Metamorphosis, embrace transformation, things are now different. Okay. What I'm getting for you, pile 1, is what's happening with this flower moon is that there is a purity that is happening, a purification that is happening with regards to your heart space. There is a purification with regards to whom you deem yourself to be this lifetime. And this is allowing you to access deeper states of your own being and receive more. I think that some of you in Pile 1 have been living in a very specific way for quite a long time, and you've been asking to break free from that. So you are actually being attuned to angelic frequencies, and don't freak out about that, Pile 1. If you think, I don't necessarily believe in angels, I don't believe in that understanding. I would say just sink into knowing that there are forces out there that are way more powerful than any of us could fully comprehend right here, right now on Earth. And you don't have to be connected to a specific religious or spiritual doctrine to receive their help. So I would say, just have thanks for that, whether you believe in it or not, because it is those forces that are helping you propel forward. And the way that I understand angels is that they are a frequency, energy exists. If you can't really get down with like guides existing or, specific entities existing, everything is energy. So just see them as a deeper state of energetic frequency that exists, and that is scientific proof, but this is for the fruits of your labor. So trust in that everything that you've been asking for is coming to you, but it's going to take you trusting that you deserve it, and also leading with your heart, with this woman's eyes covered by the fabric of snow here. It's almost like you've been blinded by the winters of your life, and it stopped you from being able to see the lighter aspects where you are right now and for your future. So I'm going to pull some tarot to see how we can perhaps shift the energies of this through this flower moon for you, and allow you to access what is rightfully yours. You came here for a very specific purpose, Pile 1. So maybe you should ask, why am I here? Why am I here? And why is my life the way that it is? And we've got the moon. So you've been deep in shadow work. If you haven't started your shadow work, you're going to be catapulted into this through this flower moon so that you can receive more. This is about perhaps taking 2 steps back to jump. I'm hearing like a whole lifetime forward, Pile 1. So don't be afraid if things are slow moving right now. It's so that everything can work out in your highest alignment. There is something that's being woven behind the scenes for you, and I know that quote gets annoying for some when you feel like you've been on a path of pushing for a while, but I think it's because you are feeling lighter somewhere, and I don't think you've made full acknowledgement of this because you're still looking at the spaces of the past. You need to look up now, Pile 1. And this is for some that haven't been looking up into the skies. I don't know how to word that. Go and look at the stars is what I want to say at night. So this is to those that perhaps have, reached a layer of consciousness that they understand the frequencies, they understand the energies that are out there, but things have happened in such a way that, it's kind of crumpled and collapsed your entire fragment of existence. So you're having to build yourself up from nothing, which does take, a knock at your faith, and knock at your commitment. And I say that in the lightest of heart because it's not your commitment at a soul's level, but it's this idea of that I'm always looked after. It's like somewhere you've forgotten that you were always looked after even when you are in the dark, Pile 1. So this is being highlighted to say, dare to dream again, dare to say I'm going to try again, and go and sit outside and communicate with those things that you once communicated with. This might be some of you that were channeling beings at one time, and then you stopped for whatever reason. Things happened, things might have shattered. I'm hearing, family understandings might have taken precedent within that, and it's very difficult trying to balance a 3D plane of existence while trying to expand in these higher dimensions and understandings. It's very difficult to remain in both spaces. So have compassion for yourself, Pile 1, but also know that it's time to come into the light, and it's going to take you stepping into creativity to access that space. Yeah, you're going to be able to pull things in a lot smoother from the ether and ground them in through this flower moon, Pile 1. This has been something that you've been asking for. This might have been something that you've literally been in tears over. Yeah, but you've been shedding tears for aspects that need no longer. I'm so sorry, I literally can't speak today. You've been shedding aspects that no longer need to be in your plane of existence. So trust in the process of the purge, Pile 1. And know that it's okay to want to be alone right now. Some of you have been feeling, I should be out there. I should be celebrating for some. I should be socializing. If you don't want to do that, then don't. But this is about you trusting that you know what is best for you. And the 3 of Wands popped out, and then it said, don't take that one. Yeah, 4 of Cups. It's like you are avoiding... You're trying to avoid upsetting others, Pile 1, right now. And I'm hearing good. I think there's been a layer of perhaps... how do I want to word this? There's been perhaps a layer of combative energy within yourself that you've been having to work through. So I think the rage might have been real, Pile 1. The anger and frustration might have been real, and you thought, okay, I need to make sure that I'm not just offloading this onto others. So trust in the energy and trust that, yeah, the star, honestly, Pile 1, you are so connected to the stars. If you don't resonate as being a starseed, I would be so surprised. Although I think there are many people that watch these readings that kind of don't necessarily believe in these realms, but somewhere, it's reaching your consciousness, and that's enough. But you are connected to the stars, so please go and look out into the stars. This is literally what I was seeing in my mind's eye. Someone just like looking up into the stars, and I was like, I don't know how to put that into words, because it's not in words that you can explain how that feels. The feeling that I get looking up into the stars at night is not something I can put into words. It overrules any fabric of language that makes sense. It's just a connection that, yeah, it's unfathomable, And then we've got the 4 of Wands. I think you're building up to express yourself in a way that has never been expressed before, Pile 1. And this is going to, I don't want to say it because I think it's going to trigger you, but this is going to take time. But time truly doesn't exist, but you know this. But somewhere you're getting stuck, Pile 1. But for you to be able to have your happy ending, you have to do things the right way. There's no cutting corners on this path, Pile 1. And somewhere you've been wanting to do the right thing. So set the intention to know what the right thing is for you, Pile 1. And often, we are thinking about others when we make decisions. Granted, if you have family, if you have a family, if you have children, of course you have to think of them. But of course, it's about what lights you up. And I think there is still room for you to truly understand that. So I'm hearing, don't make any sudden moves, Pile 1. And yeah, there is a layer to you, Pile 1, that just absolutely wants to run free. I feel like the feeling that I'm getting is like, I feel like a leashed horse. I feel like, I'm on the reins and I just want to gallop. I just want to go. I just want to gallop. I just want to, soar, fly, whatever. It's like I feel like there is just this urge to be like, I just want to explore. So please look into that, Pile 1, because I think that is truly what's going to set you free. There is a peace in you that you are going to feel as soon as you decide to run free. Pile 1, I'm hearing that you've been fighting yourself, and this is what stifled you. But in that stifling of you've been alchemizing this energy. So I'm hearing, nothing is lost, nothing is taken, nothing is as it seems. I think there is a layer of protection still around you, Pile 1, as you grow and as you continue to walk away from that which no longer serves. And I think you are shedding old programmings and thought patterns at this time. So trust in the energy and trust that you are safe and everything is going to be okay. With the Empress popping out here, it's like there is let Mother hold you, let Mother Gaia hold you, and continue to unlock what's in your mind. Your mind is your biggest downfall at times, Pile 1, but it's also your greatest asset. I'm hearing the way that you look at the world is like no other. And, that goes for every single being that is here. The way that we have been created is so very divinely unique to us. But you are supposed to be bringing something in to this world that hasn't been expressed before. And it's going to take you trusting that you know what is meant for you and trust the moves that you want to make. Pile 1. And I'm hearing down under. So some of you might need to move. Some of you might need to, move. It's like you've got to go. Yeah, 8 of Swords. For some, the past has been binding you, and now it's fully time to set you free. It's fully time to set yourself free. Yeah, 2 of Swords. I'm going to keep putting it over here. It's like all the baggage, put it in one space and set it on fire. Pile 1. Literally set it on fire, because light is coming in for you. And it's time for you to feel it. Birds might be significant signs moving forward for you. Birds and bats, I'm hearing. There is a deep connection to bat energy that I have been delving into, looking into over this past week, and it feels right to share it with you, Pile 1. But this idea of vampiric energy and it being very real, and existing through, the whole of this existence that we do have right now. So be wary of taking too much energy from certain spaces, Pile 1, and be cautious and conscious of where you are putting your energy at this time. I'm hearing that you can, well, I've just seen it on the card, but it's what I'm seeing in my mind's eye is someone tying a rope to tying their hand to their own foot with a rope. And the notion that I'm getting from this is this, like, you can tie yourself up in knots, trying to figure some things out on your own, Pile 1. But if you let the energies of perhaps the seraphim come in for you, if you let the energies of other beings come in for you, they can help you. So I would set the intention moving forward through this flower moon that you're going to surrender to the process, to where you find yourself in your journey, no matter where you find yourself in your journey, knowing that you're exactly where you are supposed to be and trusting in the energy. This is a lesson in trust, but also just the process of growth, Pile 1. I'm hearing, like, you want to run and leap, and I understand this energy, and I've tried it, Pile 1. I would tell you I've tried it. I tried to run, and you run into a brick wall, and it's not fun. It's painful, it's not fun, and I've learned a lot on this path. I've made a lot of mistakes, but if I can share one thing, it's to just surrender, especially when you feel like I don't know. But I think you're supposed to be in the I don't know phase right now. And we've got the Ace of Cups coming out for you. The only thing that you can be sure of right now is your heart, pile 1. So trust in your heart to know. And I think this is actually the space that all of these beings have been trying to get you to for a real long time. And you've just been turning away. You've been saying, no, 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 not my heart, not my heart, not my heart, not my heart. And now you've been pushed into a space where you have to look at your heart, because that's all you've got to move you forward, pile 1. And you know, I empathize with you, because it's not fun when we're in a space that feels vulnerable to us. And, you know, this is for your highest good. So remember that. Remember that all teams of light love you. All energies out here love you. And they're doing this for your own good. But sometimes what's good for us feels painful, because we're having to get used to something different. And I think you're actually having to feel, pile 1, which can be traumatic. It can be painful. But you're having to feel it all because you asked to experience it all. And I think that's something that we forget. We come here to have a well-rounded experience. And sometimes that, well, it always includes pain. It always includes suffering. And we have to make that be okay. And I'm going to pull some Flowers of the Night Oracle to end off your reading, pile 1. We've got Protection and Clove Pink. We've got Challenge and Dragon Fruit. We've got another bat on here. So this vampiric energy is something you should look into, pile 1. And if you want to know more about that, email me, pile 1. The links are in my description below, and I will send you what I've been looking into, because yeah, I'm not going to share it publicly because I think it might be too much for some, and just not their space, but I think that it's connected to you. And we've got Devotion and Royal Lily, with the leopard there. You are very connected to the animal spirits of this world, pile 1, so please trust in that. And you've got Pleasure and Bellonute. Wow, bottom of the card, Death and Devil's Trumpet. Some of you have asked to experience a layer of existence that is pretty dark, and you've been having to go through this understanding. And I'm hearing literally go through. So you might have felt like you have been, you know, walking through the gates of hell. And this is so that you could understand everything at a deeper layer of consciousness to help others. And we've got Azalea, Temperance, Find Balance, and Be Centered. Is that? Sorry. And Be Centered. And now I'm hearing, you know everything that you need to know. You're just having to come back into balance. Cactus Flower, Endurance. Hold on, you can do this. So for those that might be still in the mud, in the dark, in the confusion, trust that you are coming back and into the light. And everything is going to be okay. You're okay. And, you know, I've hit this layer of consciousness, pile 1. You know, I felt like I sunk into the gates of hell, and I was like, oh my gosh, I just had no idea that any of this existed. And, you know, suddenly it was there in my face. And, you know, whatever you're trying to access in your lifetime, and you know where you've come from, your lineage, your DNA, all of these factors come into understanding whom you are at a soul centered space. But now you're it's like you're alchemizing everything to be a well-rounded soul expressing itself at the highest vibration. So that is going to take time, and it's almost like you've been crunched into a ball so that you can bounce back and out when the time is right, pile 1. But I'm hearing taking a few steps back, being on your own, listening to your soul's divine knowing and divine justice. It's like there's like a song that your heart is trying to sing to you, pile 1. This might be literally like a song that you've been working on, or not knowing that it's a song that you should be working on. So take whatever resonates, but there is a song that is waiting to be sung by you. There is an expression of soul that is waiting to be accessed by you. So that you can move into smoother energies, calmer waters, pile 1. So trust that you know the path, your soul knows the path, your teams of light have got you. tap into the Seraphim gateway, tap into the angels, ask for the angels to protect you, and keep releasing what is no longer serving you. Use this flower moon to set the intentions of, I'm ready for the next phases, but also I'm ready to surrender to the energies of peace and calm in my life. I think that is what you've been asking for. That is what you've been craving in at your heart center. That is what you want, Pleiadian. So trust in those energies. But that is all that I've got for you today. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. And send this video to anyone that you might feel will best benefit if you feel like these messages might align with them. Pleiadian, like, don't forget, those that we are around are, often the beings that teach us the most, but also they also hold fragments of yourself within them too, which is why we like them. That's why we have friends. We like our friends because they have aspects of ourselves that either our soul is trying to relate to or obtain, or it mirrors back something from in ourselves that we love about ourselves, or perhaps that we don't know that we love about ourselves, but it's being expressed so that we can see it in the other person. We are all as one. We are all connected. So yeah, long about way saying, please do share this with anyone that you might feel will best benefit. But that's all I've got for you today. Take care.